I want to tell you guys everything that's happened to me the past 3 years, the real reasons I closed my business, what my health issues actually ended up being, and essentially everything I've learned the past 3 years, somewhat stepping away from social media, but not really, because I've still been posting because it's been my job. But I definitely have not been working full-time the past 3 years. So my story actually begins in 2021 of February. Disclaimer, my dates might be wrong. So if anything doesn't match up, it's because I said the wrong date. Starts in 2023, not 2021. I had the date completely wrong. I've had my YouTube channel since 2014, and I've really started taking YouTube serious in 2016. I sold skincare products, and I also taught people how to formulate and essentially gave them any kind of business advice I learned along the way on my YouTube channel. So essentially my YouTube channel and my physical business selling physical products went hand in hand, and that was TaraLee. Watch this video here to learn more about how I got into formulating and why I started formulating. This story is mainly talking about the health issues that I ended up getting because of overworking myself, running my own business, and explaining to you guys everything I've learned from basically completely burning myself out to the point I destroyed my health just to try to achieve a goal that I thought I wanted. I was doing a lot of editing, as I've been doing basically since 2016. I never had really good posture. I would just use my laptop and I would edit on the couch or just wherever. And one night I was editing and all of a sudden I felt like I couldn't crack my wrist. The next day I woke up, I couldn't use my arm. At the time, the only way I knew how to describe what was wrong with my arm was I can't use it. Now, 3 years later, I realized the term I should have used to describe it was numb. And that's one point I really want to get across in this video, is that if you don't know how to completely articulate how you feel to your doctor, issues are going to arise. And I'm not saying that's your fault, because I did the same thing. I didn't know how to describe what I was feeling. It just hurt and I couldn't use it. The next following day happened to my left arm. So essentially I was left with no arms. I was in the middle of achieving my goal, growing my business to the biggest point it's ever been at, really feeling successful, and then now I couldn't use my arms. So I ended up going to the urgent care, because what else do you do? They diagnosed me with carpal tunnel. At the time, I really didn't know what carpal tunnel was. They basically told me, you can get a surgery for it, but we don't do the surgery here. And I said, okay. So they referred me to my doctor. My doctor referred me to an orthopedic, and he basically was like, all right, all you can really do is have better posture while being on the computer. And I said, oh, okay. So I go home and I continue my life. I announce I have carpal tunnel and that work is going to be hard for me. And so many people tell me they also have carpal tunnel. This left me extremely confused, because I had no idea how so many people around me were in such excruciating pain and just living life normal. My best friend was like, oh yeah, I have carpal tunnel too. It hurts, doesn't it? And I'm like, yeah, it's like the most painful thing ever. I literally can't do anything. And they're just like, yeah. Okay, so everyone is agreeing with me how painful it is, right? Okay, so here comes August. This is just a few months later after the first carpal tunnel signs arose. I was like, you know what? I have good insurance right now. I'm going to take advantage of it and I'm going to get that surgery, because this is so painful. I don't know how anybody can live with it. I must be a little baby. Like, I really just told myself I must be a little baby who can't handle pain, because everyone else has this and I cannot handle this. I can't even do my job that I work so hard to succeed in, and I felt so successful, and I just completely got knocked down by carpal tunnel to where I couldn't even do my job anymore. And these 10 years I've spent chasing my goal, now my goal is just thrown out. I got to a really dark mental place because I couldn't believe how weak of a person I was after everything I achieved. So I sucked it up and I got the surgery. I was terrified to do it, but I realized I needed to do it because I was in so much pain. Okay. I got the surgery and immediately I was like, wow, I got this. This is nothing. I'm recovering great. Then one day, I don't know, dude, my neck, my head, everything started hurting. I couldn't look at light. I couldn't hear a single sound without being in excruciating pain. Literally for about a month, November 2021, it was about November to like December, I can't really remember. I just basically sat in dim darkness silently by myself, and I got to an extremely dark place. I don't really want to go in detail about my mental health. Let me just say that through these 3 years, I really realized how much I battled with depression, and I really sought a lot of help for my depression, because I'm sure most of you guys know when you go through a physical issue, your mental health battles almost even harder. And if you can't get your mental health better, you can't get your physical health better. At least for me, I had to get my mental health better in order to physically get myself better. So this is when I was like, you know what, Tara, you literally have nothing. Really, I felt like I had nothing to live for. I was just like hanging on my last branch. I was just like, nothing really matters at all other than me. And this is truly when I think I started realizing how important it is to be my own parent. And I think this could go into a whole other video of things I learned running my own business. But I think this is when I really started realizing that I actually am alone in the world. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean that in as like, you have to become your own parent once you become an adult, and no one else is going to save you, and you have to save yourself. So I got to my darkest point in that November or December, I can't remember, in 2021. And then I was like, you know what? I got to do something or it's game over, right? So I just decided to try anything. I started acupuncture, I started chiropractic work, I started getting massages regularly. I basically decided to just give up on my YouTube channel for a while. I stopped posting. I only posted on Patreon because that was where I was necessary, where I had to. And yeah, I stepped away from YouTube for as long as I really could to focus on me. And through this, I really realized how important it is to take care of yourself. I know that sounds pretty simple, but I think when you become an adult and you have like all these goals you need to achieve and bills you have to pay, and like if you have kids yourself, there's so many things you feel like you have to put in front of yourself. But it sounds generic, but just like the airplane people say, put your oxygen mask on before you put on someone else's. You have to get yourself better before you can do anything else. And this is when I truly realized, Tara, you have to take care of yourself because no one is. And I know throughout my entire life, I always felt like I had someone like that could come save me. And this was in my life when I realized, Tara, no one's gonna come save you. You have to save yourself. So yeah, I did all these things to help myself. And I gotta tell you, my chiropractor and acupuncturist, I have to thank them so much for where I am today. They helped work with me with everything, and not only getting this health better, but like everything better. I did not know how horrible my health was because every time I would tell a doctor anything, they would just write it off because I looked healthy. But really there were underlying issues that I didn't know about. Let's talk about what I ended up actually having. So I got the surgery. I ended up having even more symptoms. I was like, do I have Lyme disease? Because one of my doctors was like, kind of sounds like Lyme disease. I got checked for that. It wasn't Lyme disease. My orthopedic who did my carpal tunnel surgery, they finally referred me to physical therapy because I needed it. And let me just say, this first physical therapist I went to sucked, but they did help me mentally. And also one of those physical therapists referred me to my doctor, who is the one who diagnosed me. I could tell doctors were just getting so tired of me because they couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. So they would just try to just put things on me. Like there was a doctor finally going to refer me to a pain doctor. A pain doctor just prescribes pain pills. That is not what I needed to get on. Finally, my doctor was like, girl, we're gonna figure this out. I'm gonna be beside you and we're gonna figure this out. We did, I don't know what tests, but a couple of them didn't come back as anything. And then finally he gave me a thoracic outlet test. It's a ultrasound or something for your arm. I don't know. I had to put a bunch of things on my fingertips, and then I had to move my arms in specific positions. And essentially that test would show if there was blood circulation cut off. I'm butchering this, guys. Essentially, I have thoracic outlet syndrome. That's what they found out I had. And what it is essentially this whole area gets compressed, and I have it because I've had bad posture being bent over editing for so long. And essentially this shoulder is like moved forward and everything's compressed. Worst case scenario, I can get like stroke and stuff from it, but he told me that I should be good. He told me to continue doing my job. If this is what I love, keep doing it. And he got me physical therapy. These were the best physical therapists. Completely different place than I went before, and they got me going, dude. They gave me the exact exercises I needed. I started getting dry needling. Ooh, dry needling isn't for everybody, but it works for me. Dry needling, acupuncture, and gentle chiropractic work. Not the hard stuff where they go, but gentle. And massage therapy, between all of that, it really helped calm my nervous system. And not only did I have the whole thoracic outlet syndrome, but I had my entire mental system destroyed. I was stuck in fight or flight mode. I was busy growing a business. I was so nervous I was going to get a message anytime of somebody having a horrible reaction to my product and they're going to sue me, and like anything would happen. Like the randomest things would happen. Like I have stories of things that happened from my business that I would love to share, that I might share during Vlogmas. And essentially, I took a step back from YouTube while I was getting all my health together. And I essentially realized the internet doesn't matter. I just am so much better in a mental place. And obviously this took me 3 years to get here. It was a battle of trying to figure out what the heck was wrong with me medically, trying to find people who would listen to me, trying to find people who would take me serious. And yeah, back to the story, I got my physical therapy. I started running. Started doing yoga regularly. I really feel so much stronger and healthier than I did prior to 3 years ago. I feel so much better mentally, physically. Like what I went through was hell, but I learned a lot. I really, really want, I don't know, I guess this to be a lesson for, my viewers. Don't overwork yourself. Yes, it is good to have a lot of drive and motivation and like, I don't know, what I'm trying to say is life is tough. And if you work a full-time job, don't break yourself to start a business. Let me know if you guys want me to do a video on all the reasons why I will never open a business again. Because that could be a separate video, because that's what I feel like I want to talk about now, but this video will get too long. I essentially just wanted to let you guys know where I've been the past 3 years, why I haven't really been present. I have definitely been not here. I've been basically doing the bare minimum just to keep getting by, to keep my job, because this is a dream job. I absolutely love it. I am so grateful I get to make stupid little videos and you guys watch them. I don't care if I only get a few thousand views. Like I genuinely don't. I don't want to go viral. When my videos do pop off, I get the meanest, weirdest comments, weird emails. So I'm happy with where I am. And I still continuously battle with health. I can feel myself here in Vlogmas, like slightly going back to a little bit of my old habits, but then I'm like, nope, Tara, be a mom. You gotta mom yourself. You gotta parent yourself. Stop it. Go walk on your treadmill. Go take a little break. That's essentially an extremely shortened version of everything I went through the past 3 years. My mental health is definitely in check now. We got a regimen for that now. And my physical health, we got a regimen for that. I'm just really grateful for the life I have. I'm really happy. I don't know, the person I am today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Later.
Also, don't forget to go over and check out my Patreon, where I post 2 exclusive videos every single month. So there is a ton of videos you can go over and binge watch for only $5 a month. Also, if you don't have access to Patreon in your country, you can sign up as a YouTube member instead. If you sign up for the $10 tier on my Patreon, you get a shout out for your small business. I'll have all these brands linked below. naturesmagicllc.com. From Dusk Soapery on Etsy, LloydCandleCompany.com, HB Royal Retreat Store on Etsy, naturesfarmgirl.com, Let's Blend LLC, at Stardust Bath and Body, HempyGirl.com, ShopLevi's.com, Owl and Lily over on Etsy, Skin Lounge Co. over on Etsy, BlackPetalBeauty.com, EmbraceBeautyEssentials.com, LegendaryBathAndBody.com, AstariApothecary.com, Reviga Cosmetics here on YouTube, XoreBB.com, PardoNaturals.com, NaturalStateSkin.com, TheNatureInUs.ca, NearCatalier.com. Use the code on the screen for 20% off. EarthAndAmberNaturals.com, SharkCityNaturals.com, DayToRelaxProducts.com, crownedgloryllc.com, lhscentedsoapsandmore.com, JanaeRose.com, Health Nut Beauty on Etsy, VelvetTemptations.com, JourneyRoseBeauty.com, CHRBrands.com, Homestead Life Goods on Etsy, CanelaBathandBody.com, MadhouseMamaSoaps.com, Expo.com, Mystical Morning on Etsy, 7th House and Oak on Etsy, and mycrownandglory.com. Thank you so much for you guys' support. Without you guys over on Patreon, I wouldn't be able to do what I do. So thank you so much.